This is going to be kind of a rant. If you live in a country that has national health care, you may have to wait. You may have to wait a little bit for your your pains, but not like us. Not in the U.S. Not here, anyway. 3 months ago, I had severe pain, like someone stuck a knitting needle through my head. I went to urgent care because I couldn't stand it. It hurt so bad. There were no doctor appointments. So I went to urgent care, and the guy said that my eardrums were so swollen and bulging out, and that there was fluid buildup behind my ear, and most likely a bacterial infection. And he gave me a prescription for some eardrops, $68 for the eardrops, not for the appointment, the eardrops. So I took the eardrops, and it seemed to clear up a little bit, but not much. And I thought, I don't have another $68 and another $68 and another. I can't. So I got on the phone and I made an appointment for today. This is July 29th. July 29th. At 1:40 p.m. with some doctor I'd never heard of. It was supposed to be a DO, doctor of osteopathy. In other words, he's a different kind of doctor. They don't shove pills down you all the time. They look to see what the cause of your illness is. So I was real relieved, and I was looking forward to it. And then, Monday, Sunday, 3 days ago on Saturday, I get a phone message saying, this doctor has a meeting at that time and can't see you. So we rescheduled to the day before, Monday. Well, I couldn't call until yesterday. When I went on the computer, though, and into my chart or whatever the hell it's called, and I said, I can't do Monday because I'm watching my grandson all day. I can't do it. I said, what do we do? This is ridiculous. 3 months to get this appointment. And so I tried making another appointment. And the next one open they had was October 14. That's 6 months after the initial pain. I'm just so mad I can hardly put myself together. So they called me yesterday afternoon. Yeah, yesterday afternoon. And the girl says, oh, well, you can't do today. Well, how about, we'll get you in tomorrow if you can make it first thing in the morning, like 8 o'clock. Well, the reason I don't schedule things that early is because I'm not all there that early in the morning, and the traffic's really bad, and I don't like driving in going to work traffic and stuff out here in California. But I said, yeah, I'll take it, because I needed to get this taken care of. So I set my alarm on the phone, and I kept waking up every hour to go to the bathroom, or I just couldn't sleep. So finally, it woke me up at 7. I should have just stayed awake. I put half an hour on my phone, and I forgot to push the set button, the on button. Next thing I know, it's 5 minutes to 8, which is 8 o'clock is when my appointment is. See, if I'd woke up and stayed up at 7, I could have eaten, driven there in a leisurely fashion, and been there early, even though the building's not open at that time. Could have sat there. But I didn't. I was relying on my phone, which I didn't push the on button. I wake up 5 minutes before I'm supposed to be there. It takes 20 minutes to get there. And I could have just got in the car and driven, but then I probably would have gone all that for nothing. And I get to 3 different phone operators. Nobody knows anything. Guy looks up my name and phone number and my birth date in the computer and says, we don't have anything. The next thing we have is October 14th. I said, yeah, I know. Oh, we could do a video call. I said, it's going to be kind of hard for a guy to look in my eardrum on a video call. My ear canals itch like crazy. They itch, and I take the top of a pen and I scratch them because they itch. Which, they have some kind of infection or something going on. And he said, well, you have a blood pressure appointment on August 13th. I said, I do? I never wrote anything like that down. And he said, well, you can't see you for the ear, but they can see you just for your blood pressure. And I'm thinking, this is fucking insane. I said, I'll just keep the 14th appointment. I don't want them trying to shove pills in me again. I have been off blood pressure medicine since December, and I'm fine. I haven't had any kind of fainting feeling or nothing. Maybe quietly I'm ruining my heart by not taking medicine. I don't know. But why? So that they all can make money off of me? Come in and do that. Do this and do that. Take this, take that. Just like all the drug commercials on TV. Ask your doctor. Tell your doctor about this drug. Tell your doctor. No, not ask your doctor, tell your doctor. It's like they make people dependent on all this stuff. That's insane. What if you don't have money for all that? Which I don't. Here I told Brian yesterday about my upcoming trip next spring to Germany, and he was all excited. He said, he says, it's up north? I said, yeah, it's near Hamburg. And he said, oh, too bad it wasn't down near Castle Neuschwanstein. He said, you'd love it down there, Mom. You go to the Eagle's Nest, which is just over the border in Austria. That's where Hitler had his a cottage. You go there and you look over the world. You feel like you're on top of the world. That's probably why Hitler had a thing there. And I said, well, I tried scheduling one in Friedrichshafen, which is down in that neck of the woods, but they were all sold out. Oh, and I told them about my problems with being in Bremen, and how I thought the concert was on Thursday, but it's on Wednesday, so I would have half a day of decompression or whatever before the concert. But no, the plane lands at 6 p.m. and the concert's at 8 p.m. and I have to make my way from the airport to the hostel and from the hostel to the concert. Nothing like pressure. And I told him about it, but he's still kind of excited for me. I feel like my blood pressure's gone up 400,000 degrees just with this bullshit this morning. And it's my fault because I forgot to push the button for the damn alarm on my phone. But, this switching it at the last fucking minute for the day before, what if you had to get a ride? What if you had to arrange something and you couldn't? I happened to be babysitting and I couldn't. Otherwise, I could have. But this is ridiculous. Do you people in England, Wales, Australia, do you have... Because I know I have people in those countries that see me occasionally. Do you have this problem? Can you get in to see a doctor? Even if it's not the doctor that you are scheduled to see all the time? Do you see a doctor all the time? Is it your family doctor, your doctor? Here, it's whoever's they can find. Oh, go catch that guy with the bedpan down the hall. We'll make him a doctor for the day. What the hell? Do they not have enough doctors? Are there too many people? Does this area have too many old fuckers that go to the doctor for no reason at all? I don't go to the doctor for no reason at all. I'm back to my rant. This sucks. And I'd stand on top of the house and shout it out. Except I'd probably fall off. Oh, God. I'm so angry. I'm so pissed off. I'm going to have to check into a different healthcare system, like Kaiser Permanente, see what they have. I'm going to ask Brian, since he works for that particular company. In St. Louis, we had Mercy Care. Then we had they had a hospital. What was it called? Something Jewish. Christian. There's Christian Hospital, Jewish Hospital, Mercy Hospital, and Sisters of St. Mary, SSM. We had 4 different hospital systems in St. Louis. I worked for SSM. And depending upon, my mom worked for St. Luke's, and that was, I don't know. But, we had different hospital systems you work for. SSM had hospitals in St. Louis, and they also had one in Minnesota somewhere and one in Kansas somewhere. I don't know, out here, a lot of people have heard of Kaiser Permanente. They have a lot of places. What else is there? I don't know. I mean, if you're rich, I guess it doesn't matter. You can find somebody for your schedule. If you're a regular person, you're fucked. Makes it hard to go upward and onward.